Zinuburo Range Students' Union issues a 15-day ultimatum to Department of School Education to eradicate the malpractices of proxy teaching in Zinuburo district and take action against Kualities Union, and also ask government teachers in Zinuburo areas to stop and remove such malpractices. Dimapur police naps 2 members of a money snatching gang in connection to 2 money snatching cases recently reported in Dimapur. Another one arrested over ATM fraud case and further investigation going on. Member of money snatching gang napped in Dimapur. Naga paddy man to the world, Nltv Kenya, a Guinness World Record holder for discovering the tallest paddy plant in the world, passes away. Kenny, who had recently celebrated his 100th birth anniversary, dies in Chumugirima on Tuesday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi slams Congress for making fun of the culture of the northeastern states while addressing the election rally in Manipur's Hangang. Prime Minister says BJP considers northeastern states as the growth engine of Northeast is growth engine of India. Russian invasion of Ukraine appears to be imminent, with Russian President Vladimir Putin ordering forces into separatist regions of eastern Ukraine. Putin's directive comes hours after he recognizes the separatist regions in a rambling, fact-bending discourse on European history. Hello and welcome to Nltv English Prime Time. I am Chipen Kung. Let's look at the stories in detail. The Zinuburo Range Students' Union has issued a Department of School Education a 15-day ultimatum to eradicate the malpractices of proxy teaching in Zinuburo district headquarters and take action against those involved. On Monday, the ZRSU President Kihuka K. Jimu and General Secretary Ido S. Chopi informed Zinuburo Subdivisional Education Officer to take quick action at the right time. And if the department fails to do so, the union would take necessary action. The union also informed government teachers in Zinuburo and Zinuburo areas to stop and remove such malpractices. The ZRSU in its press release stated to take strict action against those involved in proxy teaching. It also demanded to recruit professionally trained teachers and remove undeserving and those unwilling teachers from the post of teaching. In another case, Dimapur police nabbed members of money snatching gang on February 15. Earlier, 2 occurrences of money snatching cases were reported in Dimapur. On February 10, 2 members of the gang robbed rupees 14 lakhs from a citizen near Dimapur City Tower. The same gang robbed rupees 7 lakhs near Signal FCI on February 15 from another citizen. Meanwhile, Nltv went and interviewed the DCP of Dimapur Parat Laxman Markat on money snatching gangs operation in Dimapur. In his interview, the DCP said that the miscreants who were involved in the money snatching cases of February 10 and 15 were all members of the same gang. The 2 nabbed gang members were identified as Raj Singh and Aman Singh. Furthermore, the DCP cited that with the cooperation and assistance of SBI Bazaar branch Topinala staff, another person named Hussein Laskar was arrested over an ATM fraud case on February 16. The DCP also added that all the arrested gang members hailed from other states and that while interrogating the accused, they constantly kept changing their statements. Meanwhile, police investigation is still underway.
With very smart policing and hard work of police station officer in charge and his whole team, we were able to nab this gang. Right now we arrested 2 persons, 2 accused, and soon we'll be arresting the rest of the criminals involved in this case. Yeah, you see, our investigation still is in preliminary stage, and we are still recording their statements, and we are also getting some few more complaints. Aro ita to west te durishe, then आमी खानी तो दूरा बचे ते जाने से तो suburban area ते भी निका विकना ताकि से, east area ते भी निका विकना ताकि से, तो इतना तो आमी खानी तो सब study कुरिया से, तो प्राइमा फेसी आमी भावना कुरा तो इतु मनु खान तो नागालैंड लागा ना होय. ताइखान ला स्टेटमेंट भी चेंज हुए ऐसे समटाइम्स ताइखान आसाम लगा कोई ऐसे बंगाल लगा कोई ऐसे बिहार लगा कोई ऐसे तो होबो पारे पीपल फ्रॉम डिफरेंट स्टेट्स में भी इन्वॉल्व होले भी प्राइमा फेसी ताइखान तो दिमापुर लगा ना होय सबअर्बन ते भी कोऑर्डिनेशन सेम मोडस ऑपरेंडी था किसे एक था तो एफसीआई लगा गोडाउन बाहर ते पैसा उठाए छे और एक था तो स्कूल बाहर ते तितो भी सेम स्कूल बाहर ते एक था ताइखान तो एक था एसडीएफसी परा एक था विक्टिम परा तो पैसा उठाए ना था किसे सी इन दिस पर्टिकुलर केस this accused was arrested from SBI main Bazar branch, Dobinala, and it seems the bank manager was getting lot of complaints for couple of months, to say last 2-3 months, कि बिशी मनो लगा अकाउंट पर तो पैसा तो विड्रॉ करी के ना से, बोले भी अकाउंट मालिक तो ना जाने, और ताई पर विड्रॉ भी कराना है. And in this case, I would really like to congratulate and thank the chief manager of SBI Bazar branch Dobinala because of her proactive step, because of her and her staff's vigilant step.
A fire broke out at SP Complex, Nyamolota Road, Dimapur, opposite to Naga Council Office, Dimapur, on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. According to sources, the apartment was closed when a person called up the owner and informed about the fire incident. Fire brigades reached the spot on time, and with the help of the people in the locality, the fire was doused in time before it could spread any further. The fire is said to have started due to a short circuit inside the room. No casualties were reported.
तो मैं ना जो आया तो ये तो आगे दे दिखाई देने से ना गोर जुला ला दो ये तो एसपी कॉम्प्लेक्स है दिखा से ये तो एसपी कॉम्प्लेक्स थे ये तो वाला से टॉप फ्लोर बिल्डिंग दे रूम एक तारे वॉशिंग मशीन जुले से शॉर्ट सर्किट पास करने हमें जनाई दिशे इंगोर ये तो एसपी कॉम्प्लेक्स तो ये तो ऑपोजिट टू रॉयल एनफील्ड शोरूम ये तो ऐसे इन्हें और ना ये तो रास्ता आया ला दो ये तो बड़ा सही शोगले तो चर्च रोड ऐसे चर्च रोड तो ये तो नागा काउंसिल दिमापुर ऑफिस इतना ऑपोजिट ऐसे तो आमी नेता इने फायर ब्रिगेड खानबे आइसे पुलिस खान बिसि क्विक रिस्पांस तान फात आइसे इंगरने एक्शन तो लइसे लबि लाख भालबा इदु फायर दो आरो बिसि स्प्रेड न हागे दे येतला असर असर थागा मानहान तान मिलाइने इदु जिदु फात बन करो पारसगने आपनि हंगे जनाइ दियासे इंगरने इदु जिदु बिसि डंगर डैमेज तो करो पारने खाली इदु कतो जि लाइसे इदु रूम ते डैमेज करने राखि दिसे इंगरने तानबे खुशी जनाइ दिसे दिमापुर पुलिस आरो फायर ब्रिगेड खान इमान क्विक रिस्पांस फात दिया करने भी तान तांकी भी खुशी से तान जनाई दिसे
तो ये तक दुकान ते काम करो ना तो मॉर्निंग टाइम 8:30 देने का उलाई जैसा बंसन करने का उलाई से तो दुकान ते काम करे तो कुनबा एक दिन पूरा फोन करेगा ना कुछ नहीं ना आग लगी ना ये तो पूरा आएगा ना सही से इनका कुछ और उसला मानु खान सब मदद करके ना निभा दिसे इतो तो जहां नहीं होले भी इतो खान शॉर्ट निसना आसना इतो पूरा हो पारे नेका और आमी खान दिन ते ना थाके ना और
The police on February 21 recovered 129 grams of suspected brown sugar from 2 drug smugglers from the Dimapur railway station. Notably, the 2 accused women have been held after brown sugar was seized from them at the Dimapur railway station in Nagaland. They were suspiciously moving when the police personnel stopped them. Alert GRPS personnel of Dimapur police during routine checking at the railway station noticed 2 women moving in a suspicious manner. Upon frisking, the police recovered 129 grams of suspected brown sugar, said the Dimapur police in a Twitter post, adding that the smugglers have been arrested. Nagaland's Guinness World Record holder Melite Kenye passed away at Tumugirima on February 22nd. Late Melite Kenye, who had just celebrated his 100th birth anniversary on the 6th of January 2022, was a renowned and distinguished personality in Nagaland. He was the Guinness World Record holder for discovering the tallest berry plant in the world in 1988. For this feat, he was also awarded the Governor's Gold Medal in 2002. Late Melite Kenye was born in Chisami village, Pek district in 1922 and was one of the early Christian converts from the village. Meanwhile, Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nipirio, expressed his condolences to the bereaved family members of late Melite Kenye and tweeted that he was deeply saddened to learn about Melite's death. and that his death is a great loss to the Nagas in general and the Chakisang community in particular. Following the state government's notification to resume physical classes from February 15, 2022, most schools have opened and started to conduct offline classes. In the meantime, Nltv team went around schools in Dimapur city and interviewed the students and teachers about life being coming back to the pre-COVID era. It is quite a known fact that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected all the sectors, especially education sector, in the society. During the 3 waves of the COVID, the online classes became the sole option as far as the education system was concerned, with schools and colleges being shut down. On Tuesday, while talking to Nltv, the teachers of Don Bosco Higher Secondary School explained that during online classes, both the teachers and students faced a lot of challenges. But as the physical classes have resumed after a long gap, the teachers also added that students are excited to come back to school and that they are happier to learn. Moreover, the teachers explained that offline classes are better in all its aspects.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, then how are you feeling after coming back to your offline classes? Are you happy?
Happy.
Okay, so how do you feel after coming back to your offline classes?
Happy.
Happy. So do you want online classes or offline classes?
Offline
Offline
classes.
classes, why? So tell me, how are you feeling after coming back to your offline classes?
I'm feeling very good.
You're feeling good?
I'm happy.
Yes.
Offline.
Why?
Because I want to go to school and learn more things. I can write exam in the school very happily.
How are you feeling after coming back to offline classes?
Nice.
Nice. So do you like offline classes or online classes?
Offline.
Usually when they were online class, okay, we were doing our best, but there were lots of difficulties. But now as they came on offline, they are so happy to come back to school and they are happy to learn also. And I feel, as a teacher, I feel offline is much better than on.
Nagaland is all set to host the first ever international event, the South Asian Cross Country and the 56th National Cross Country Championship at Indira Gandhi Stadium, Kohima, which is scheduled to be held on the 26th of March 2022. While addressing the media at the Nagaland Olympic Association building, the president of the Nagaland Athletic Federation, Apu Mehta, informed that the forthcoming Cross Country Championship will be Nagaland's biggest sporting event in 50 years plus of statehood, since the state has not hosted any international event of this magnitude so far. Apu Mehta also stated that the Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports, Anurag Singh Thakur, has been invited to be the honored guest of the event. He also informed that the state is expecting a host of official delegates from all the South Asian Athletic Federation countries who will be attending this meet, and the annual general meeting of the South Asia Athletic Federation will be held in Kohima during the event, which itself is a landmark. He further hoped that not only the Northeast but the state will be benefited during the meeting, where various issues will be discussed for development of sports. He also highlighted that the South Asian Cross Country Championship will be hosted by India, while Nagaland will be hosting the 56th National Cross Country Championship, which will be held at IG Stadium, Kohima. And he further added that the state is expecting participants from every affiliated state of India and every affiliated union territories.
To develop and promote sports in the Northeast, the AFI has earlier given the hosting rights of the South Asian Cross Country Championships and the 56th National Championships to Nagaland, Kohima. We are looking forward to this event, and we are thankful to the government of Nagaland under the Chief Minister Nltv for coming forward, giving mandate for host this event, and for coming forward with full all-out support and sponsorship of this event. You are aware that it was supposed to be held earlier, but because of the COVID and the pandemic situation, it had to be postponed, and we have now finalized and announced new dates that is to take place on 26th March here in Kohima. The event will be flagged off at Indira Gandhi Stadium.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday arrived in Manipur to address a mega rally ahead of the first phase of polling on February 28 in this year's assembly elections. The Modi, in his speech at the rally, stated that in the last 5 years, government has aimed to develop Manipur, and the state has witnessed BJP's good governance as well as good intention. In an attempt to woo the voters, Modi made it clear that the NDA government believes that the North-East region is a growth engine for India. Targeting the Congress, he further said that the party made bombs and blockades the main feature of Manipur. Loading the Biren Singh government, he said that the BJP government has written a new chapter of change for Manipur, taking everyone forward. The youth has given up arms and is coming forward to lead the development surge. Continuing his dig at the Congress, he claimed that Congress leaders come to Manipur and make big claims but make fun of the traces and culture of Northeast India in other states. Congress divided Manipur between hills and valleys and played politics over it. The Navy worked on developing and improving connectivity in the region. Manipur is going to polls in 2 phases on February 28 and March 5, and the counting of votes will be held on March 10.
5 वर्षों में बीजेपी की डबल इंजन की सरकार ने मणिपुर के विकास का पूरी ईमानदारी से प्रयास किया है। आपने बीजेपी की गुड गवर्नेंस को भी देखा है और गुड इंटेंशन को भी देखा है। बीते 5 साल में हमने जो मेहनत की उसने आने वाले 25 सालों की एक ठोस मजबूत नींव बनाई है। कांग्रेस पार्टी नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोगों की भावनाओं को, यहां के लोगों की तकलीफों को कभी समझ ही नहीं पाई। ये एनडीए की सरकार है जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट को अष्टलक्ष्मी मानते हुए, भारत के विकास का ग्रोथ इंजन मानते हुए
Just hours after Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a mega BJP rally at Imphal in Manipur, the Congress had accused him of propagating lies for votes. The senior Congress leader Jairam Ramesh accused PM Modi as the Jagat Guru of Chut, universal master of lies. The leader also added that among his many lies, Modi claimed full coverage when Manipur is among the worst in the country on vaccination rates. He maintained that only 47.6% of eligible population have got double dose. The leader also accused PM Modi of making false claims that balance development in Manipur and of taking administration to the door. Jairam went on to play the PM's complete silence on fundamental issues of Manipur, of SPA, MSP and irrigation for farmers, rising youth unemployment, price rise of essential commodities in Manipur March. The third Asian Biennial General Conference, Kamphaeli Station 2022 was held on 22nd February at 11 a.m. at LCS Building, Midland Colony, Kohima, Nagaland. Notably, Engineer Hotovi Ayemi, the Chief Engineer of Water Resources Department of Nagaland, graced as the special guest. The President of AGGANT, Nltv, Wonch, addressed and welcomed all the members of the association. Nltv gave a very impactful speech where he boldly spoke on all the issues grievances are being faced by the agricultural engineers. Meanwhile, special guest engineer Hotovi Ayemi, Chief Engineer, also delivered a very engaging, informative and encouraging speech at the meeting.
Respected our special guest, Engineer Hotovi Ayemi, Chief Engineer, Water Resource Department, and his colleagues, Ma'am Wapangnaro, PE, Water Resource Department, and different government officials, media friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Today it is my privilege from science background, which includes BSc Agriculture, BSc Forestry, BSc Horticulture, and all, so on and so forth. The only technical branch is agriculture engineers. Right now, if we see in the whole of the soil and water department, we can see that there are only 2 agriculture engineers in the whole department of soil and water department. So what we are trying to do in our agendas or in our the concern which we have right now is that we need some kind of reservation, or either a reservation or a normalization kind of thing which is followed in the central or
A delegation of Naga People's Front Party members from Nagaland on Monday evening reached Chandel Assembly constituency in Manipur to campaign for the NPF candidate. During the campaign, leader MLA Idachu stated that this time the election is for a different cause and that NPF's defeat will be a defeat of the tribals because NPF stands for the tribals and NPF protects the rights of the tribals. He also stated that it is not a time to fight amongst tribals but a time for tribals to stand together and regain tribal rights. He urged the people to deliver this message to all the tribals cookies and cited an example of how the intending candidates seeking for NPF tickets are also supporting the NPF ticket holder. Nagaland NPF Women General Secretary also stated that all Nagas of the Northeast have come together to fight for the Nagas and urged the people to look for the greater cause and cast their votes accordingly. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday during his visit to Manipur stated that the first sports university in Manipur will make the state an international hub for sports. The Prime Minister talked about the sporting legends of the state in a rally in Imphal and stated that in the last 5 years, BJP has promoted the sports and startups culture in Manipur. He also stated that Manipur is the land of legends such as Mirabai Chanu and Mary Kom. Hence, the first sports university in Manipur will make the state an international hub for sports. PM stated that in the last 5 years, BJP's double-engine government worked towards the overall development of Manipur and that the people of Manipur have seen BJP's good governance and good intentions. PM Modi further stated that the BJP will again form government in the state. In another political development in Meghalaya, former Congress legislator Bluebell Sangma along with other individuals joined the BJP in the presence of its president Ernest Mori. Notably, others who joined the BJP include Rafiu Sangma of Rongjeng, Joyson Marak, Rimjeng Marak and others. While the BJP claimed that the BJP has become a choice for many like-minded people who want to bring a change in Garo Hills. Furthermore, senior BJP leader Bernard Marak said that the people are interested in joining the BJP because of the corruption by its alliance partners and anomalies faced in GHADC. He also claimed that in the 2023 elections, the BJP will have majority of the seats in Garo Hills. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that once the COVID-19 situation ends, the Citizenship Amendment Act will be implemented. The minister, while talking to the media, said that the implementation of the Citizenship Amendment Act is linked to the COVID-19 situation. He claimed that while the implementation has not been done yet, there is no question of going back on it. Notably, the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 or the CAA facilitates granting of Indian citizenship to persecuted 6 religious minorities of Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. The act was passed by the Parliament on December 11, 2019. The law related to it is yet to be implemented as rules under the CAA are yet to be framed. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma on Monday launched a scathing attack on the National People's Party addressing an election rally at Moirang. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma said that the NPP will not be a part of the next government in Manipur. The Chief Minister said that the BJP on its own will form the new government. Assam CM further stated that Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma-led NPP has no value. He further added that the NPP MLAs became ministers in Manipur government at the mercy of the BJP and that the NPP had nothing to show on their own. On the other hand, the NPP has fielded Shanti Singh and Congress has fielded Sharad Chandra Singh as their candidates from Moirang for the upcoming Manipur elections. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Thami on Tuesday claimed that the Bharatiya Janata Party will win the assembly elections with full majority. Thani responding to former Uttarakhand Chief Minister and Congress leader Harish Rawat's claim of winning more than 48 seats in the state, CM Singh stated that BJP will win with a full majority in the state and also stated that former Chief Minister Rawat's statements keep changing time and again. He also stated that sometimes Rawat claims that he should be the chief minister and sometimes claims that a Dalit should become the chief minister and that their happiness is short-lived. The Uttarakhand polling was held on the 14th of February and the counting of votes will be held on March 10. Mumbai's former top cop Barambir Singh is facing allegations of misconduct and corruption as the Supreme Court on Tuesday granted him relief till March 9. The state government has agreed for a stay on all cases against Singh for the next 2 weeks and will decide if all cases against him will be transferred to the CBI. Singh has been removed from his position last year in March in the aftermath of the security scare near Mukesh Ambani's Mumbai house. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday announced an ex-gratia of Rs 2 lakh each from the Prime Minister's National Relief Fund for the family members of those who lost their lives in an accident in Uttarakhand. PM Modi also announced financial assistance of Rs 50,000 for the injured persons in the accident which took place earlier on Tuesday. The Prime Minister's office announced the information on its tweet. Meanwhile, a total of 11 persons died and 2 were injured after a vehicle carrying wedding guests fell into a gorge near Sukidang Rita Sahib Road in Budam village of Uttarakhand's Champawat on Tuesday morning. Cases of bird flu have been found in some birds in Thane and Balkar districts of Maharashtra. The decision of killing over 25,000 birds in 1 kilometer radius of infection hotspots in both districts has been taken. According to State's Animal Husbandry Minister Sunil Ketar, laborers working in farms have been isolated. Further, according to the Commissioner of Animal Husbandry Maharashtra Sachindra Pratap Singh, it has been confirmed last week that poultry birds in a small farm in Thane have contracted avian influenza or the bird flu. Following the incident, at least 15,600 broiler birds have been slaughtered in Shahapur to comply with the standard operating procedures. Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed a decree on Monday recognizing the independence of the separatist-controlled Donetsk and Luhansk regions in the eastern Ukraine's Donbas area and ordered peacekeepers into the area. According to sources, it appeared that Russian military convoys already headed towards Ukraine. Meanwhile, the international community has been united in condemning Russia's move. Notably, on Tuesday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that he's considering breaking off diplomatic relations with Russia. Moreover, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has announced that he is halting the certification of the Nord Stream 2 gas pipelines from Russia. As per sources, the US, the UK and other EU leaders are expected to announce sanctions on Russia. Meanwhile, the Indian embassy in Kiev, the capital city of Ukraine, is making arrangements of flights out of Ukraine to bring back Indian citizens residing in the country. Amid rising Ukraine-Russia tensions, an emergency United Nations Security Council meeting was held on Tuesday. On the sidelines, the United States has accused Russia of creating a pretext of war. In another development, the Dimapur police and CID have nabbed a drug smuggler and seized approximately 20 grams of suspected heroin from New Market area in Dimapur on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Dimapur police has tweeted "War on Drugs" hashtag following the arrest. After receiving inputs on the smugglers, the Dimapur police and CID launched a joint operation and arrested the smuggler. And that's all for Nagaland TV English Prime Time. Tune in for the news at 8. So for more news and updates, keep watching Nagaland TV. I'm Chipen Phung signing off.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 10 in Global Chapter, and for Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter.
Nagaland TV. Hello and welcome to Nagaland TV.